Right now on the radio, you would have heard all of the things. Good morning, America. Good morning, all of the places that are at war currently. We are in the building.
Oh, that's so terrible.
We are here.
Good morning, Vietnam.
That's literally like what's going on right now. Like, we're going to have to start waking up to sirens. Let me stop. I'm fear mongering right now. That's not true. We are not at war. We were at war for 12 hours, and then we stopped for a press conference, and then we got back into, we'll get into all of that later. But good morning, and good morning.
Morning.
Hi, Miss Tony. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm a little tired.
A little tired?
It's the heat. You know, the heat kind of drains your energy a little bit, so I'm a little tired. And my sleep pattern is all messed up, too, but I'm doing all right. It's all right. It's good. It's good.
It's a good day. We are a little bit, no, we're about on time for where we are. Rockstone Tues is missing in action. He's MIA. He's not a prisoner of, he could be a prisoner of war. All my jokes today are going to be about war. So I hope that is what you guys are all prepared for as we begin this day. Quick check-in. How you doing? What's going on? How was your evening?
I'm doing good. My evening was good. It was very relaxed. Thank goodness my dad came and put my AC in my window for me. Shout outs to dads and good dads. And then I was chilling, and then went and hung out with you for a little bit. We went and took the boys down to the park over there, South Street, and that was, or whatever that's called. I don't even know what it's called.
Jamaica Plain.
Green Street.
What? Yeah, Green Street.
So we hung out there for a little bit, and that was cool. And then went back home and chilled some more. So it was a nice evening. Very chill.
Chill. It wasn't chill. It was very warm, but very. What's a different word for very chill, but not using those type of words like cool,
relaxed,
chill. Yeah, very relaxed evening.
Yes,
very relaxed.
Yes, it was a very relaxed evening. Nice,
it was interessante.
Yeah. How did you sleep?
I slept good because my central air be doing what it got to do. Mm-hmm. So I'm always excited about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the AC. It's very easy for me to fall asleep. Sometimes it's even a little chilly. So I like that. I like that feeling of being able to cover up.
Central air is a blessing in this kind of thing, and I really wish that I had that. But what I had to do is leave my bedroom door open and leave the AC on, leave the living room AC on, and then use the cooling fan in the hallway so that I have a nice cross breeze and it's drawing everything together. So that works out nice for my home, my little place. Isn't it?
Yeah. Well, good. With that said, we're going to get the show started. In the interest of time, we might have some visitors stopping by. Maybe Tristan will bring himself into the station to conduct this show because Miss Tony's got to leave a little early today. So we'll see how this day goes because I'll shut this whole thing down.
I'll shut it down, damn it.
And go lay down right underneath the air conditioner.
That sounds nice, actually.
Yes, that's what I will do. Anyhow, with that said, let's get into this news that we have going here, and we could just go right in. Let's go, Miss Tony.
All right. Well, today is going to be hot. Today, right now, it is currently 88 degrees Fahrenheit. There's an excessive heat warning that is going on. We will reach the peak of heat around 2 p.m. It'll stay that way until around 5 o'clock. Very, very hot. Stay hydrated. Stay cool. Do the best you can because it's a
They said if you don't have to go outside your house, do not go outside your house. Today's not the day to go to the beach or to go take the children in the hot 91 degree weather to the sprinklers. It ain't gonna last.
Yeah.
Stay in your house until it gets a little cooler.
There's an excessive heat warning until tonight at 8 p.m. And I think that's pretty much across the nation, right?
Yeah.
And then tomorrow it'll cool down a little bit to 94 degrees. And then Thursday it'll be 73
Wait, tomorrow's
degrees.
gonna be 94? I thought it was supposed to drop down.
No, it's 3 days of heat wave. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. But Thursday it's gonna drop down to 73.
And rain. Bring it on.
Bring it in.
Bring it now.
So anyhow, that's that. What's going on in and around the place that you live? 2 suspects in custody following a hit-and-run motorcycle crash that seriously injured a Mass State Police lieutenant. This happened yesterday.
I was seeing about this.
Lots of news about that yesterday. 2 suspects in custody accused of striking and seriously injuring an MSP lieutenant while fleeing on a stolen motorcycle Monday afternoon. 18-year-old Akram El Murkachari of Revere is charged with assault and battery with a dangerous weapon, a motorcycle, and receiving stolen property. He will be arraigned in Chelsea District Court this morning. It's unclear if the second person in custody will face any charges. The hit-and-run collision occurred around 5 p.m. in the area of 220 Revere Beach Boulevard near the MSP barracks. They said he was on the thing and did a wheelie, and the wheelie came down on top of the police officer.
Did he not see the police officer?
I don't know what happened there. The hit-and-run collision occurred around 5 p.m. Okay, state police say the lieutenant who was standing outside his cruiser at the time was propelled 45 feet as a result of the crash. He was transported to a Boston hospital where his condition is listed as critical. Police say the motorcycle was stolen. The roadway was shut down. State Police Crime Scene Services Section and the Collision Analysis and Reconstruction Section responded to the scene. In a statement, Governor Maura Healey expressed her sympathies for the injured lieutenant. I'm deeply saddened to learn that the MSP was critically injured.
Oh, critically.
This evening after being struck in a hit-and-run incident. This marks the second incident this month involving a state trooper struck in the roadway. My thoughts with the injured trooper, his family, and the department during this difficult time.
Are we not? I'm not victim blaming here, but are the state troopers in the way? Are they not seeing these things occur?
Are they not seeing the motorcycle coming? Did the motorcycle not see them? I don't know. Something strange. But 2 people charged. So I wonder what the second person was charged with that didn't actually hit him.
Maybe they was reckless driving too. Maybe he was racing.
Yeah. They both jumped. They took off on foot. Mm-hmm. But they caught them later. After they hit him, they abandoned the motorcycle, took off on foot. But they were found. An Amazon truck catches fire in the Ted Williams Tunnel. That was news yesterday, too. An Amazon truck caught fire in the tunnel. The vehicle fire caused the eastbound part of the tunnel to be closed around 11 a.m. before it reopened around an hour later. Mass State Police troopers responded to the engulfed vehicle around 11:18 a.m. to find that the driver had already exited the vehicle and was uninjured. Video shared with the news by MassDOT shows flames erupting from all sides of the truck as it sat in the right lane. Cars continued to flow past the fiery truck before the tunnel was shut down. I'm
surprised the cars started to flow because usually they would just park up and watch.
Right.
There's a picture right here on the screen, and that's crazy.
Yeah.
The tunnel is this the Ted Williams?
Ted Williams, yeah.
Which one is the Ted Williams?
Going to the airport.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
A Dorchester man was charged with shoplifting thousands of dollars worth of clothing from the Prudential Center store and threatening officers.
Yes.
Dorchester man will return to court in July after being arraigned in BMC Central earlier this month for stealing $2,331 in merchandise from the Prudential Center.
$2,000?
Yeah.
That's all he got from the Prudential?
He was in Lululemon.
Oh, but still.
Well, I thought Lululemon had the thing. Oh, well, if they couldn't chase him out.
They couldn't chase him,
yeah,
but they can get him.
But they got him.
I would have went to the Isla store and I would have stole one shoe for
$2,331. Yep. He stole that in merchandise from the Lululemon while the store was closed and threatening officers during his arrest. David Tracy, 42, was charged on June 12th with breaking and entering into a building to commit a felony, larceny over $1,200, resisting arrest, threats to commit a crime, and possession to distribute a Class E substance. Judge Mark Somerville ordered Tracy held on $5,000 of bail. Somerville denied a prosecutor's request to revoke Tracy's bail on a pending assault and battery with a dangerous weapon knife case. Tracy will return to court on July 10th for a pretrial hearing. At about 8:06 a.m. on June 12th, Boston police responded to a larceny in progress at Lululemon, located at 776 Boylston Street. Store employees told officers that a man had entered the store before it opened and had stolen merchandise. Video surveillance shows the man sliding the closed glass doorway of Lululemon to gain access to the store. The footage shows the man in the store for approximately 1 minute before exiting with numerous clothing items.
How do you you do that? Like what kind of mentality do you have to set up to go into a store and steal it and just be like, ain't you scared? Like if I gotta have a piece of a lip gloss in my hand or something like that, and I happen to walk out the store with it by accident, like I feel badly almost to go and return it, things like that. If I have on a hat and I forget that it's on my head. But when you go in intentionally to steal things, like, ain't you like scared?
I don't know, but Lululemon stuff is expensive because he stole 26 items. And with a total worth of $2,331, that's $89.65 per item.
And they were all leggings, probably.
Leggings.
Yeah.
Is that how much the leggings
Leggings
cost
and
at
T-shirts,
Lululemon?
yeah. Which I don't understand because I could go to Rainbow and get a legging for two for $5.99.
Girl, you get to go
and those are
TikTok
good ones.
shop.
The TikTok shop.
According to what I be seeing online, everything is on the TikTok shop. You get to find everything in the TikTok shop.
Let me go into the
they said
TikTok
those
shop.
items were returned and to the store. Which, if you was going to Lululemon to spend $89 on a pair of leggings, you want the ones that somebody stole and brought back?
No. Yes.
They better be discounted.
But I mean, can they? They're still new.
Yeah, put them on the clearance rack. I don't want to be receiving stolen items.
This is the. What was I about to say? That's the stolen item rack.
Stolen item rack.
Yes.
Imagine that.
This was stolen. They're on discount because we don't know where they was.
No prison time for ex-USPS employee in Massachusetts who admitted to stealing $18,000 in postal orders.
I thought that was a federal crime and that you automatically have to go to jail for something.
No, Christine Hedges, 47 of Brockton, was sentenced Monday in federal court.
Is she white?
Huh?
Is she white?
Hedges, I don't know. She was doing fake money orders while on the job.
Really?
Yes, she was sentenced in Monday in federal court to 3 years of probation.
That's it?
Yep. Attorney Leah Foley said in a statement, Hedges was also ordered to pay $18,939.58 in restitution and forfeiture. U.S. District Court Judge Allison Burroughs handed down her sentence in March. Hedges pleaded guilty to 1 count of theft of government money. She was indicted by a federal grand jury in March of 2024. So what did she?
But all she got is
3 years probation.
Paying restitution of almost $19,000 is pretty significant if you can't get no job. I mean, that's a federal crime, right?
Yeah, it is a federal crime.
She ain't gonna get no good job that could pay her goodly.
Yeah. She engaged in a scheme to steal USPS funds for her personal use. As part of the scheme, Hedges generated for her own use no-fee money orders without a customer physically present at her customer window in which a customer did not request. She also stole cash from her USPS workstation and often tried to conceal her theft by replacing cash with fraudulent money orders.
She was doing the literal absolute most working in the post office. Was she giving the money orders to people or was she giving them to herself?
So she did 64 fraudulent no money orders. Of those no fee money orders, 11 were made out to her boyfriend and or a family member.
Really?
Mm-hmm. From August 1st to August 1st of 2023 to August 14th of 2023, video surveillance from above her workstation showed her on at least one occasion removing cash from her assigned drawer and putting it in her pocket. In all, she stole approximately $18,939 in postal funds, but no jail time. Why?
Wow.
Why?
That's very crazy. I would
rather go to jail than have to pay back $19,000 and not be able to get a job anywhere.
Put me at least 3 months of jail.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
She
got away. She got away with that.
Yeah, she sure did.
2 alleged gang members charged in day-long Massachusetts kidnapping, the feds say. So, investigators, 2 suspected gang members dressed up as law enforcement agents kidnapped a man in Andover and held him in a basement for 3 days last year.
He pretended he was ICE?
They just said law enforcement. They didn't say what kind. Lawrence residents Isaiah Medina, 25, and Roderick Peralta, 26, have been charged with conspiracy to commit kidnapping, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office. They are suspected members of the Trinitarios gang. The kidnapping was reported on May 5th of 2024 when neighbors called police to report a man scream for help as people in law enforcement raid jackets put him in an SUV. The man was released after 3 days in Lowell and told police about the kidnapping with details lining up with what the 911 caller said. Investigators got a break in the case nearly a year later, this April, when Medina was arrested in a separate case. A search warrant allowed police to look through his cell phone, allegedly revealing photos and videos of the man handcuffed in a basement, one showing a distinctive hand tattoo of Medina's. Medina and Peralta were due in federal court later this week. It wasn't immediately clear if they had an attorney who could speak to the charges. The charge of conspiracy to commit kidnapping carries a penalty of up to life in prison, according to prosecutors.
Did you hear that? That's what there's people posing as ICE. It made me think of that. Mm-hmm. There are people posing as ICE people, and they have been like kidnapping people and sexually assaulting them.
Oh, no, really?
Yeah, I was reading yesterday 3 cases of these men, cornering people, saying that they're ICE or wearing ICE clothing. And they're one raped a woman, another one sexually assaulted another one, somebody else got robbed or something like that. Because ICE doesn't necessarily, they're saying that ICE doesn't need to identify themselves, and all they need is these things that say ICE on it. They could cover their faces and everything. But if you think about that, that's very scary, because anybody could put on an ICE jacket and cover their face and say that I'm ICE.
We talked that story of the lady who kidnapped her ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, exactly.
And had on an ICE shirt. Oh, the ex-boyfriend's wife or whatever. Yeah. That's crazy. That's awful.
Insane. Yeah.
Mayor Wu explains the rationale behind Boston calling pause.
Yeah, thank you. Explain, Woozy.
Festival organizers announced last week that they will be taking a short break in 2026, returning on a new weekend in 2027. And Mayor Michelle Wu offered a new insight on Monday into why Boston Calling is taking a gap year. The organizers of the annual music festival announced on Friday that they would be taking a short break and returning. No additional explanation on why the festival will not be held next year has been given. Asked about the change on Monday, Mayor Wu said the factors behind the festival's hiatus have nothing to do with city regulations or problems with the event itself. They had reached out to me to share that because next year will be so busy between the 250th anniversary celebrations, between FIFA coming, that there will just be a lot of strain on hotel rooms and events and sponsorships, Wu told the station. And so given all that is happening in that exact same window in Boston, that would be better not to have different sponsorships that are conflicting or stretched too thin, and really do it right so that we can enjoy Boston Calling event bigger and better when it does come back.
Say it again?
Basically, there's going to be a lot going on. They don't want to have to share sponsorships with other people and all kind of stuff. So they're just going to take a break while everything else is going on. FIFA is coming and all these other things. So they're going to take a break while all of that is going on.
Because they know that that's not even a good show. It's not even a good concert. I mean, for anybody other than those type of people.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll take it.
Yep.
FIFA still coming here?
FIFA's coming here.
In 2026?
Yep, FIFA's coming. There's 250th anniversary celebrations and all kinds of stuff. Considering, I guess that's considerate of them, I guess, but it's just like you said. I
don't think FIFA should come here.
Yeah.
This is a sanctuary state that they have their daggers all over us and stuff like that. I don't want no mess here.
Yeah, Mayor Wu says, in my mind, the more events, the better. But I'm not the one who has to worry about finding the sponsorships to fund them. We worry about public safety and how to permit and manage that, so we will always find a way to make it work. We welcome anyone who wants to throw something that can activate our city and bring people together.
Yeah, they ain't gonna give them no money to do it.
But I totally understand and respect the organizers' decision that with so much going on at such a large scale, they want to focus and be a part of what's already happening and then focus on this for the year after, she says.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Roxbury Library renamed for the city's first Black woman TV reporter. So hopefully future generations will want to learn about her life and values she held dear. The Roxbury branch of the Boston Public Library will be renamed to honor the first Black woman television reporter in the city of Boston. Mayor Michelle Wu announced on Monday. The trustees of the Boston Public Library overwhelmingly approved the name change last week to honor Sarah Ann Shaw.
And I would like to say that I received the Sarah Ann Shaw Award from the Roxbury Unity Parade.
Very nice, very nice.
Thank you very much.
She was a lifelong Roxbury resident who worked at WBZ from 1969 to 2000, and she died last year at age 90.
She sure did.
As a Roxbury native, a BPS graduate, she would be pleased and humbled by this honor. Mom was committed to this branch, said Claire Shaw, Sarah Ann's daughter. We are thankful to everyone who appreciated and loved her and advocated for this moment. Hopefully, future generations will want to learn about her life and the values she held dear, they said. So the library was previously called the Dudley Branch, the former name the Nubian Square. When the square was renamed to Nubian Square in 2019, the BPL chose to call the library the Roxbury Branch. Last year, Boston City Council supported a resolution to rename the library the Nubian Branch. All Boston public branches are named after the square where they are located, the resolution said, with the exception of the Roxbury Library, and now the branch will be called the Shaw Roxbury Branch Library at Nubian Square.
I see how they did that.
They did it all. They put it all together.
Sarah M. and Shaw Roxbury Nubian Square Public Boston Library.
Down Dudley.
Down Dudley.
Down Dudley. So that is very nice. It doesn't say when that will be taking place, but that is a very nice honor. And one more thing, I'll just do one more thing and then leave. Where will late night food trucks be open in Boston this summer? This is very, very important.
I saw my friend on there.
Our friends, because Merle's and Trinity Extreme will both be having food trucks operating. So Mayor Michelle Wu announced the schedules and locations of 10 food trucks participating in the new late night food initiative. The participants in the schedule were announced yesterday. The move, Wu said, is meant to both energize the city's nightlife and support those working overnight shifts. Where is Kareen? The nightlife star.
I don't know. We haven't heard too much from her. Yeah. And I haven't seen her in a while.
Oh, wow. The program itself was unveiled earlier this month. The administration designated 7 areas across the city for those late night food trucks to operate. The areas are purposely located near music venues, hospitals, universities, and nightlife districts. Food trucks will operate until as late as 3 a.m. multiple times per week at these spots throughout the summer and fall. The city hosted a lottery for interested operators to allow them to select their preferred location. There are 10 participating food trucks. Augusta's Chicken on the Road, Bosstown, Cool Shade. Oh, Cool Shade too. Cool Shade.
Yes, Cool Shade. Yes.
Cousin's Maine Lobster, El Dugout. Extreme Flavor. That's Trinity Extreme.
Yeah.
HYT, Los Muchachos, Merle's Kitchen, and Sunset Cantina. Very nice.
Where is Cool Shade going to be?
So Shantae Romaine, the operations director of Merle's Kitchen, said that her Jamaican food business was on the path towards getting a food truck up and running when its opportunity came about. It happened at the perfect time and will help Romaine open another brick and mortar location in Dorchester next year, she said at a press conference alongside Wu on Monday. As a small Black-owned, Caribbean-owned business, to grow in this city in this way and to see our dreams realized, to see the matriarch of our family's dream realized, just really means so much to us. Where will they be located? The locations and schedules of the participating food trucks can be found in an interactive map online. I don't know where it is. But
we'll find that map for you guys and give it to you.
So that will be awesome. And that is good. Very nice. I love it.
I'm excited about them. Merle's is going to be busy with their 2 stores and food trucks.
2 stores. Oh, yeah, because they're opening up the big restaurant right there in Four Corners.
Yep.
That's the one. But yeah. So anyhow, you guys, enjoy the rest of the show. I will see you guys tomorrow. Enjoy your day. Everybody stay cool, stay hydrated, be nice, be good. And don't get angry.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know if you can tell people don't get angry in 98-degree weather.
I came in and you went out.
Right on the time. Bye. To continue Roxbury, Karen Reed case, special prosecutor takes swipe at her, slams campaign for intimidation and abuse from her friends. Who's the special prosecutor? The special prosecutor in Karen Reed's retrial slammed her rabid fan base's campaign of intimidation and abuse. In a scathing statement on Monday, less than a week after she was found not guilty of murdering her Boston cop boyfriend, Hank Brennan, who was assigned filmed after Reed's first case ended in a mistrial, also took a swipe at the financial analyst, declaring his investigation yielded no other suspects in the death of 46-year-old John O'Keefe. Brennan said he was disappointed that his team could not achieve justice, but for the O'Keefe family. Yeah, you're disappointed that you guys couldn't rightfully set up that woman and make her take the fall for y'all killing that man. District Attorneys Michael Morrissey appointed me, giving me full discretion to independently assess the case and follow the evidence no matter where it led. After an independent and thorough review of all the evidence, I concluded that the evidence led to one person and only one person, Brennan. Neither the closed federal investigation nor my independent review led me to identify any other possible suspect or person responsible for the death of John O'Keefe, Brennan wrote in a statement. Reed was found not guilty of second-degree murder and manslaughter charges in the drawn-out trial, but she was still found guilty of a lesser drunken driving charge. The campaign of intimidation and abuse that has been waged, funded, and promoted in public and on social media is the antithesis of justice. Brennan's statement continued, if this type of conduct becomes commonplace, it will threaten the integrity of the judicial system, affecting both victims and criminal accused. No, the Canton police is just corrupt. Y'all didn't get away with it, and now you're calling foul. Let's go to the let's go to that clip. Oh. Hold on, I got you. Everybody.
News Digital. This is all fresh off her gripping murder acquittal. She was spotted easing back into everyday life as well. So some of these images of her were there grabbed as she's wearing a white t-shirt and black leggings. So of course, this again came just 2 days after she was acquitted in the death of her boyfriend, Boston police officer John O'Keefe.
Yeah, she's done.
So she's just like a regular person again?
A regular person.
That's so crazy. I wonder if she's like has to stop and hail people in the street when they be like, hey, Karen, good job. Congratulations, Karen. That's nice. Good girl. That's poor Karen. I wonder what kind of life she's going to live now.
She's going to make some money.
I hope so. I hope so.
White ladies love her right now. Pink power.
Yeah, pink power. With that said, we are going to take a quick commercial break, reset, and we'll come back with the national news about our 12-day, about our 3-minute ceasefire and the ending of the 12-day war. Something amongst those words. We'll be right back. Spark FM Online, Saucy and Friends in the morning.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz. You're listening to Spark FM online.
You are now listening to Spark FM.
Eunice Production, Friends Lifestyle Group presents their 9th annual Togetherness Boat Ride. It's the Animal Print Edition. Happens to be Saturday, July the 19th. Boarding times at 7 p.m. We sail at 8 p.m. sharp. There's going to be 2 floors of music. Your Latin DJ, DJ Sergio, DJ Alfredito, DJ Yomi, and your Caribbean DJ, Q Major, and Vital Rhythms. Featuring live performances by Yo Fugo, Punta Group, and Tempo Rhythm International. Sound system provided by Ross Entertainment. This is all going to be taking place at 70 Rose Wharf. Get your tickets right now at togetherness.eventbrite.com. Regular tickets are $65. Same day tickets are $75. It's a 21+ event. And do remember there's a drinks inclusive party bus available to and from the dock for only $60. For more information, contact 617-719-3972 or 646-379-4889. It's a 9th annual Togetherness Boat Ride. Get your tickets now.
Got a side hustle you want to turn into a real business? Thinking of expanding your brand or launching your next big idea? Then this is for you. It's Vibes and Ventures, a 3-part Caribbean business series designed to empower you, the entrepreneurs, creatives, and small business owners of our community. Join us at the Spark Media and Culture Center, 1195 Blue Hill Ave, from 6:30 to 8 p.m. And yes, it's complete
completely free. June 5th, getting your paperwork right. June 12th, brick and mortar and commercial acquisitions. June 26th, marketing and social media strategy. Meet some of Boston's most successful Caribbean entrepreneurs, get expert advice, and build the connections you need to take your hustle to the next level. This is your moment. Don't miss it. Vibes and Ventures, where business meets culture and community turns vision into legacy.
Finally Home is a must-read step-by-step guide that will equip any first-time homebuyer with the knowledge they need to confidently make informed decisions. This book provides answers in simple and clear terms to most, if not all, of the questions you may have about credit, home ownership, and generational wealth. Finally Home equips the reader with the confidence to be engaged with the home buying process without feeling vulnerable or exploited. Tailor-made Real Estate Easy is not just a catchy hashtag. It is real estate agent and radio personality Taylor Andre's goal. A goal to simplify one of the most challenging processes you will go through as an adult. A goal to educate you properly on credit and teach you the strategies to finding the home of your dream. It is not just a good book or an easy read. It is the secret to a seamless home buying experience.
Often I hear people talking about how high their electricity bills are. Massachusetts has programs that everyday homeowners pay for, but never look into. Have you ever considered why some homes have panels and others don't? If you have Eversource, National Grid, or Unitil for electricity, you are paying for your neighbors to get panels at no cost. The charges are on the bill. Why not get someone to pay for yours? This program also helps with re-roofing, tree cutting, and electrical upgrades. If you're tired of short-term solutions for a long-term problem, connect with Bakari to find out if your home meets the requirements to upgrade at no cost out of pocket. Save the planet, future-proof your family for power outages, and save tens of thousands of dollars on an otherwise lifelong bill. Mention Spark when you call or text SPARK to 617-833-8940 to get 2 months off your power bill covered if your home gets selected.
Boston's new home for urban Caribbean music. Spark FM. Spark FM. Playing all your favorite hits from reggae. Spark FM.
If you know mess with the way you are gonna see a million. We got the Congo long just like the Amazon.
Spark FM.
I know that life is not easy. No say we are for win, yeah. Walk with the camera like Jesus.
Soca. Hip hop.
Yeah, we on and we going crazy.
R&B.
You could do damage. You could do damage.
Afrobeats and much more. Spark FM. Spark FM.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Yep, and we are back. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. I lost one soldier, gained 2 more. Tony left for an appointment, but Rockstone Triz is here, and we have a special guest. My cousin straight out of Trinidad, Richard, is going to be holding it down with us today for a little while, and maybe some more days this week. So we're going to keep it locked. We're going to have a good time. Welcome to Boston again, Richard. How are you? Bring the mic all the way to you.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm good. I'm just really tired, but I'm good.
Safe. How was the traveling?
My God, the travel from New York was like a 5-hour delay due to thunderstorms and a lot of other stuff. But it's crazy. I got to Boston like probably 3:15 a.m.
A.M.?
A.m. I had to Uber to Brockton.
Wow. How is you're directly from Trinidad where it's hot. Mm-hmm. How is the heat compared from there to here?
Oh my God, here is hotter. It's like 10 degrees hotter.
No
like,
way.
what is this?
No way.
It's sinful here because there's no breeze. There's nothing. We're like in a cave.
Oh my God.
A chamber of heat, which is crazy. But we have to get through these stories right now. Richard, you're going to help us along the lines. And right now we're going to get into our national news, which is 100% Donald Trump.
Oh, my God.
Donald Trump and the world, and how Donald Trump is single-handedly, just out here destroying everything that America has ever been known and strong for. Like, we are now just here amongst the others. Just here. The United States of Donald Trump. That's where we're at right now. It's no America.
Don't sound so depressed.
It sucks.
It does.
It freaking sucks. So let's get into it. So yesterday, let me break it down. Israel launched a bomb at Iran. Iran retaliated. America got involved and then dropped 3 bombs on Iran. Iran then retaliated and tried to drop some bombs on the American army base in Tehran. They intercepted those. Right after that, Donald Trump recommended himself for the Nobel Peace Prize for starting a war and ending the war within 12 days, only to find out that he was the only one that was ending the war in his mind. So now he is upset because nobody ended the war or ceased to fire. And let's go to the story. President Donald Trump's voiced frustration with Israel and Iran on Tuesday morning after the Middle East arch rivals indicated they were complying with an apparent ceasefire agreement he announced on his Truth Social, aka his social media platform, just hours earlier. But Israel then accused Iran of launching more missiles and vowed to retaliate. Mr. Trump said both countries had violated the terms, and he demanded that Israel recall warplanes and not drop those bombs. It was unclear whether Israel had already dispatched any jets to carry out new strikes on Iran, but Donald Trump spoke after the Israeli defense chief said he had ordered further attacks on Tehran. The U.S. president, after reportedly speaking directly with Israeli Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu on the phone, then posted a message on his social network declaring that Israel is not going to attack Iran. All planes will turn around and head home while doing a friendly planned wave to Iran. Nobody will be hurt. The ceasefire is in effect. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Let's go to this clip where these people break it down to us.
Effect. Israel has accused Iran of firing missiles towards the country, which Iran's military chief denies. Trump has warned Israel against retaliatory attacks, saying it would violate the agreement. And in just the past hour, he's spoken by phone with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. US media are reporting that Netanyahu told Trump he cannot cancel an attack on Iran. Well, Phil Lavelle is following developments from Washington, D.C.
Sir, you cannot...
President Donald Trump wasn't just
You cannot
angry,
cancel
he was
it.
Furious.
He was furious, and he's in the news all cussing and stuff like that. He's very upset. He dropped the F-bomb on the national news stations. Do you have that one? Because it was...
I don't have that one yet. Not yet.
Donald Trump cusses at the media. Donald Trump swears on camera as he lashes out of Iran and Israel over ceasefire. He's so pissed about this. He's so angry that for some reason he believed that he could have negotiated a ceasefire on behalf of these two warmongers. And when it didn't happen, he's all upset now because it didn't happen. I'm not sure what Donald Trump believes. Why he believes that. Go to the videos right there. Why does he believe that? Any of those? That first one right there.
Israel says that Iran violated the peace agreement, the ceasefire agreement. Do you believe that Iran is still committed to peace?
Yeah, I do. They violated it, but Israel violated it too.
Are you questioning if Israel is committed?
Israel, as soon as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a load of bombs, the likes of which I'd never seen before. The biggest load that we've seen. I'm not happy with Israel.
Pause.
You know, when I say, okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. So I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with Iran either. But I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because of one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps by mistake, that didn't land. I'm not happy about that. You know what?
Wait, no.
I did it. I'm sorry.
Yes,
I
hold
cut it
on.
off
You
too
didn't.
early?
Yeah, you didn't even get
My
to the
bad.
good part. Oh, it's gone now. Well, he did go on and said that both these places don't know what the F they doing, and he's very upset about it. And then he stormed off like a child, and that is how he behaves. And his base are still backing him, and they're blaming Iran for everything, which is crazy to me because your president didn't do what he was supposed to do, which is anything. Didn't do anything. So I don't know what is going to go on with that or how that's going to happen. But, I was reading an article today that said that this is the worst thing that could happen to Donald Trump, especially to the media. Because the media before was the only, like West Wing or, Western media, our media, mainstream media, used to be like the biggest part of people being able to understand what was going on. So they would be able to shift the narrative to whatever they want. So they would go on and say, oh yes, Donald Trump did the ceasefire. When now all of the other reports and social media are now reporting the truth about what's going on in these places. So he doesn't have the media to sit here and do what he wants to do anymore. So it's very interesting. It's very, very, very interesting. I think Tristan has back up the video.
That have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. You understand that?
Pray for us.
That has to be, when you get that frustrated, right? Everybody's been there. Like, you don't know what the F you're doing because you really thought you had it in the bag and you didn't, and now you're confused, and that's crazy to me. It's not surprising.
That's how I feel about Trump.
Me too. And that's the thing. That's what the overwhelming amount of messages and comments said is, you don't know what the F you doing. You thought that you was just gonna you ceasefire and you ceasefire and that's it. That's it. That's not what happened. However, Pakistan condemns Trump for bombing Iran a day after recommending him for a Nobel Peace Prize. Why was Pakistan recommended him? Is that what I read? Pakistan condemned U.S. President Donald Trump bombing Iran less than 24 hours after saying he deserved a Nobel Peace Prize for diffusing a recent crisis with India. Relations between the two South Asian countries plummeted after a massacre of tourists in Indian-controlled Kashmir in April. The nuclear-armed rivals stepped closer to war in the weeks that followed, attacking each other until intense diplomatic efforts led by the U.S. resulted in a truce for which Trump took credit. Of course he did. It was then decisive diplomatic intervention. Oh, here we go.
Oh, sorry. Here we go.
News: Pakistan has been left red-faced after it nominated US President Donald Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize, only to condemn his decision to bomb Iranian nuclear sites a day later. Now, the irony was not lost on Iran's ambassador to Pakistan, Reza Amiri Mughadam, who was addressing a press conference in Islamabad shortly after the US action in Iran. Responding to a question on Pakistan nominating Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize, the envoy not only called the idea strange, but also asked, if such a man is given this prestigious award, then who will be punished for committing actual crimes?
Yeah.
Now, the event marks a major embarrassment for Pakistan. A day before the American strikes in Iran, Pakistan had officially nominated Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize. In fact, Pakistan Deputy Prime Minister Ishaq Dar had sent a letter of recommendation to the Nobel Peace Prize Committee in Norway. The nomination came a day after Pakistan Army Chief Asim Munir met US President over a lunch. Now, however, the Nobel nomination has now come under intense criticism in the aftermath of the American strikes. And while the episode has dented Pakistan's credibility yet again, India's matured and balanced response stands out in sharp contrast. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi spoke to Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian and reiterated calls for dialogue and diplomacy and restoration of regional peace, security and stability.
I'm confused more so than the MAGA supporters. Is these world leaders that make these big claims of Nobel Peace Prize and he should, for what? What did he do? What did he do to be even considered for that type of honor?
Snyder says Israel is a U.S. Ally. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu actually grew up in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I mean, who?
This is just a random fact, I guess.
I mean, oh yes,
Schneider
does do random facts. I don't understand. America is wholeheartedly saying we don't want this man to be our president. The world is saying, looking at us and saying that. What does the news in Trinidad say? Do they report on this foolishness?
Oh yeah, they do.
What are they saying?
They have the same sentiment as you guys. They do. Like, what is he doing?
What is he doing? Which is so crazy to me.
There's a Instagram page called MYOBTT.
Yeah.
Like, they highlight this thing and the comments is just like off the chains. Like, what is Donald Trump doing? What is he doing? What is he doing?
And it's the same question, I think, resoundingly around the world is what is he doing? Can't there be a special election or something like that where we can just pick a new president? Like, if enough people decide that they want to go against him, can't we make a new rule or something in the Constitution or something? Because I think this is crazy.
Oh, isn't this a democratic nation?
It's supposed to be.
Right, because the meaning of democracy meaning that the people can put you in power and take you out of it.
Exactly. We're not operating at all like a Democratic or Republican nation. Like, we're not doing anything that we're supposed to do. Everything, like, it's so crazy how these people will sit there and Trump will throw a bomb around the world. His supporters and people that support him be like, well, nobody was mad when Bill Clinton or Biden or Obama did it. If you guys were mad that Bill Clinton, Obama, or Biden did it, why are you not mad now that he's doing it as well? Like, what makes it okay? Because people did it before and they were wrong. Now it's okay for that to happen again. So I'm a little confused. And his base is turning on him, which is points to this next story of Marjorie Taylor Greene. She says that Trump voters wanted no more foreign wars and Iran strikes expose MAGA's divide. He was supposed to come in and end both of these wars. He has not ended either war and has started another war that is not ended either. So I'm a little confused about what is going on. Let's go to this clip here to hear people talk about this ceasefire.
Trump's measured response and his message on Truth Social is exactly the same messaging that we elected him for. He wants peace, he wants this to end, and he's going to urge Israel that it's time to end.
I believe she said that to Manu before the president posted about the potential ceasefire. Of course, that comes a few hours, I think, after she posted on on X. It feels like a complete bait and switch to please the neocons, warmongers, military-industrial complex contracts, and neocon TV personalities that MAGA hates and who were never Trumpers.
Yeah, well, that's stupid. I mean, part of the thing is we just, a month ago, Laura Loomer purged the last alleged neocons from the White House. There are no neocons, whatever she thinks a neocon is, other than some sort of perfidious bagel-snarfing warmonger. There are none in the White House, right? They've all been purged. Anyone who's suspected of being a neocon has been purged. This isn't the Nikki Haley people making these calls. This is Trump and his team doing this. And I personally think that, like, Marjorie Taylor Greene is in a position, Tucker Carlson is in a position where they're talking as if they have a massive base of support behind them for their position, when in fact the polls don't show that. Israel is sort of a special case for a lot of evangelical Christians. A lot of MAGA types give a lot of allowances, and moreover, at the end of the day, Trump was kind of right. I mean, I don't like it, but Trump was right when he says, I get to decide what America first means, because ultimately the MAGA movement is a cult of personality, and you can't sustain being outside of off the team very long in that world.
What did he say? Wait, what part was he right about? That he do got an actual cult? So I'm so confused about what is all going on with this situation. So we'll continue to follow it and update you guys based on the news reports that are coming out and other news journalism from around the world just to find out the truth, because we now know that everything that Donald Trump says, they're going to report it as law and or as facts, and none of that is really true anymore. I think that slowly but surely he is going to, like, he already has historically the lowest approval rate of any president, but I think that's going to plummet down to the ground where he's going to set the bar really, 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 you know, really low for being for being approved. Like, this is gonna go down in history as probably one of the worst presidencies in the world ever, which is crazy. Mike Nice said it's turned the AC up Tuesday. Yes, it is. We got it blasting in here because it's hot as hell.
It's
hot as hell.
97 degrees outside.
97 degrees.
What is that?
And it's supposed to not. It's supposed to
reach 100.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. But that's Trinidad weather.
No. Trinidad weather, like the maximum is like 88.
Nah.
Yeah.
I've been down there. It's been hot down there.
You don't live there, Tristan. You've been down there for
and then it's like humid too. It's
for
like
a couple 2 minutes.
Yeah.
But this out here is no breeze. It's nothing.
Yeah.
It is just
At least
terrible.
in Trinidad, they get a little breeze. They get a little something.
A little sea breeze maybe.
Oh, I just want to say a special shout out to my best friend who actually tuned in right now.
Hey, best friend.
Crystal Rouse Mills.
Hey,
Big up
Crystal.
yourself.
Big up yourself, Crystal.
She's actually tuning in right now because she's so excited.
Good. Let's get away from some Trump news. A dad was, wow, this is even worse. A dad was arrested for leaving his son in a hot car amid nationwide heat wave. I don't really get it. I don't really get what we would do that for. New York Governor Kathy Hochul declared a state of emergency amid a heat wave at the state and many parts of the country. In Florida, Sheriff Mike Chitwood slammed the dad for allegedly leaving his 18-month-old son in a car for 3 friggin' hours while he got a haircut and going to the bar.
That's crazy.
Police say Scott Gardner knew little Sebastian was dead, but drove to his mother's house where he called 911. Doctors say Sebastian's body was 111 degrees. Gardner has been charged with manslaughter. He should have been charged with first-degree murder. Because who in their right mind leaves anything in any car in this type of heat?
Even the roads can't take
That's
it.
crazy.
Watch as the asphalt outside St. Louis buckles, sending the driver airborne.
Wow.
A large heat dome bringing dangerous temperatures to more than 100.
Tragedy. Where's the baby? Where's the kid? In Volusia County, Florida, Sheriff Mike Chitwood slammed a dad.
Let me pull this
His
up from
father
the
is
top.
a human piece. Emergency. Kathy Hochul.
50 million.
New York Governor Kathy Hochul is declaring a state of emergency.
But this is not your run-of-the-mill hot summer week.
Temperatures this high can end in tragedy. Where's the baby? Where's the kid? In Volusia County, Florida, Sheriff Mike Chitwood slammed a dad.
This father is a human piece of garbage.
Yes.
For allegedly leaving his 18-month-old
Oh my
son in a hot car for 3 hours while he got a haircut. And then went to a bar called Hanky Panky's Lounge. Cops say he drank 2 beers and 2 shots.
For 2 hours and 40 minutes, that little guy is inside that car. He says the windows were down, but he's a lying sack.
Police say 33-year-old Scott Gardner drove to his mother's house where he called 911.
My son's not breathing. He's a year and a half. Oh my God. He just had his eyes open. Oh my God. Sebastian!
Deputies arrive and try to give CPR.
Where's the baby? Where's the kid? He's on the floor, man.
Doctors said Sebastian's body temperature was 111 degrees. Gardner is charged with manslaughter.
Nope, should have been first-degree murder, because that's crazy. You went and you got a haircut, then you went to the bar, had 2 beers and a shot while this baby was in the car. It's hot. We were just talking about the damn heat. You don't even leave, you can't leave nothing in the car. You can't even leave a soda in the car. It'd probably pop out. That's crazy. That's so sad. 18 months old. Yep. Because he didn't look like he was sad or anything. He looked like he was drunk or high out of his mind.
And he sounds like that too.
Yep. Absolutely ridiculous. Chilling social media threats targeting women spread before festival. Oh Lord. What festival? Chilling social media threats targeting women spread before festival. Then 145 syringe attacks were reported. What? As France celebrated an annual street music festival, nearly 150 people were reportedly attacked with syringes across the country. A dozen suspects were arrested in connection with the syringe prickings, according to reports from Le Monde and the New York Times. The attacks occurred during the Fête de la Musique, which drew in millions of people from around the country. The news reported that the posts on the Snapchat and other social media platforms called for attacks on women prior to the festival. Citing the French Interior Ministry, the news reported that 145 people across France reported being pricked. The outlet also reported that there were 13 cases in Paris alone. The Republican Lorraine reported that in Metz, 17 girls and young women reported being attacked by syringes. 2 men were arrested in the city. The women were taken to the hospital for testing. However, in Cambrai, a girl who had reported being pricked with a syringe actually had only been scratched in a crowd. According to the news, citing of source, the 12 people arrested are believed to have targeted 50 women. What the hell is that? What were they injecting them with? I don't know. They don't have any... Go ahead.
Series of attacks over the weekend. 145 people reported being pricked with syringes. Those attacks came during a nationwide street music festival, and you can see some pictures of the crowd here. France's Interior Ministry says it's not clear if any of these victims were injected with drugs. Toxicology tests are underway, though. The attacks came following calls on social media to target women with syringes during those festivities.
Could y'all imagine?
Damn.
The hell?
You just go to a music festival and somebody poke you with a syringe?
Talk about
what's in it? That is.
That's pure evil.
And what's in it? Like, that's the worst part, is you don't even know what the hell is in these syringes. It's not like saline or nothing. It could be acid. It could be all kind of foolishness.
It could even be some disease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's insane. I am upset about it. Man, that's why I don't go outside. I'm be inside this summer because y'all doing the most. A United Airlines supervisor told black employee to go fetch a noose. Oh.
What? Go fetch?
Go fetch a noose.
Wow.
United Airlines allowed racism and harassment of employees of color to fester unchecked at Denver International Airport, according to a black employee who says he was fired for speaking up. Amir Brown, 31, says a white supervisor dubbed Fast Eddie ordered a black staffer to go fetch a noose, but alleges United attempted to sweep the incident under the rug rather than investigate and take action. Claims a federal lawsuit obtained by the Independent. After Fast Eddie was reported to higher ups by a white manager, he was finally fired, along with another white employee who allegedly yelled the N-word while at work. Brown's complaint states, however, according to the complaint, in the period that followed, United concealed the incident instead of addressing the underlying cultural issues that had allowed the racist conduct to escalate. From there, the complaint says Brown observed the workplace environment become increasingly segregated and hostile for employees of color. Brown, who was part of a team that moved aircraft around the tarmac at Denver International Airport, claims he was subjected to ongoing bigotry over the course of nearly 2 years, being ostracized, belittled, and undermined by white coworkers who eventually got him terminated. The harassment was frequent and notorious in nature, and Brown brought his grievances to United on multiple occasions, according to the complaint. Yet it contends the airline failed to take prompt or effective action to prevent, correct, or remedy the work environment that was hostile for Mr. Brown. The others were apparently upset that he was working too much overtime, therefore earning more than him, according to Brown's complaint. On Monday, Attorney General Genevieve Misch, a member of Brown's legal team, accused United of turning a blind eye to anti-black racism. All they're going to do is put them in cultural sensitivity classes for 12 hours or 4 days a week, and then they'll be put back into the workforce to continue this type of racist harassment. And I blame Donald Trump. That's it. That's all I got to say. I blame Donald Trump.
Everything right now is blame Donald Trump.
It is because you can't even blame nobody else. It's all him. He has emboldened these racists to feel like they can say and do whatever they want to with no repercussions until black people start punching people in the mouth. Then
we get arrested.
I mean, at this point, we're going to get arrested anyway. So you might as well get arrested for a reason. And that is punching people in the mouth. It's too hot for people to not be watching their mouth. And this is what we have to understand. You can't take this laying down. You got to swing on them. And that is my advice to you guys on this 98-degree
Advice
weather.
from Saucy.
Yes. Advice from Saucy does not reflect the advice bestowed upon the people here at Spark FM. We do not promote violence. Hot sauce does. Let me just keep it a buck.
No motivational words today. Just swing on them.
Just swing on them. Exactly. That's it. That's all I got. Last but not least, these are the first deep space images from Vera Rubin Observatory. Were you guys in? Oh, this is beautiful. Look at that. Deep. I want to go to deep space.
Do you?
Yes, if I get to see this kind of stuff, Tristan, that's nice. Look at how beautiful that is. How many of you guys out there want to go to deep space and look at this beautiful galaxy?
Yeah, no, I think humans belong on Earth.
I don't know.
Only Elon Musk and the mighty.
He had a explosion the other day. One of his rocket ships exploded before it left anything else. He's having a piss poor year. Elon is having a bad year.
He worked hard for it.
He did. They deserve all the public embarrassment that they are getting from all over the world. They really do. They really do. And that is our around the world or national news, our world news. We're going to take another quick commercial break and we'll be right back with our entertainment news right after this. Keep it locked. Spark FM Online.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
You are now listening to Spark FM.
Moonbox Productions is thrilled to present the Boston New Works Festival, taking place June 26th to June 29th at the Calderwood Pavilion and the Boston Center for the Arts. The Boston New Works Festival is a weekend-long festival of celebrating new original plays by local playwrights. 7 original plays, 5 different stages, and 1 wild weekend. Tickets are $25 per show. Pay what you wish. Tickets are available at the box office. Get your tickets now at BostonTheaterScene.com. That's June 26th to June 29th. The Boston New Works Festival.
Got a side hustle you want to turn into a real business? Thinking of expanding your brand or launching your next big idea? Then this is for you. It's Vibes and Ventures, a 3-part Caribbean business series designed to empower you, the entrepreneurs, creatives, and small business owners of our community. Join us at the Spark Media and Culture Center, 1195 Blue Hill Ave, from 6:30 to 8 p.m. And yes, it's completely free. June 5th, getting your paperwork right. June 12th, brick and mortar and commercial acquisitions. June 26th, marketing and social media strategy. Meet some of Boston's most successful Caribbean entrepreneurs, get expert advice, and build the connections you need to take your hustle to the next level. This is your moment. Don't miss it. Vibes and Ventures, where business meets culture and community turns vision into legacy.
Each and every Saturday night from 6 to 9 p.m. inside the Avenue, where you bring the drinks and we bring the vibe. My name is Gary Banton alongside my co-host Big Trini, right here in SparkFMOnline.com, the #1 place for soca, hip-hop, R&B, and more. Each and every Saturday from 6 to 9 p.m. It's the Avenue.
How serious is youth vaping? Irreversible lung damage serious. 1 in 10 kids vape serious, which warrants a serious conversation from a serious parental figure like yourself. Not the seriously know-it-all sports dad or the seriously smart podcaster. It requires a serious conversation that is best had by you. No, seriously, the best person to talk to your child about vaping is you. To start the conversation, visit talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Looking for a meaningful way to engage with your community and make a difference? Volunteer with the Massachusetts Senior Medicare Patrol Program and help prevent Medicare fraud. Visit masmp.org. This project is supported by a grant from the U.S. Administration for Community Living.
JP Morgan Chase is making a global commitment to break down barriers to drive inclusive economic growth all over the world. We believe there is a pressing need to help more people move up the economic ladder. That is why we are investing in communities and people to create an economy that works for all, because no community should be left behind. Right here in Boston, we're focusing that work in Dorchester, Roxbury, and Mattapan, among other neighborhoods, on improving financial health. These efforts aim to address the key drivers of the racial wealth divide head-on. We're here to empower individuals, families, and small businesses by connecting them to the tools that build generational wealth and a long-lasting legacy. Chase is investing in Boston. Chase is investing in you. Visit us at the Mattapan branch at 1617 Blue Hill Avenue, where the team is waiting to help.
Spark FM.
I know you nasty. She be touching on her own body.
Igniting the airwaves. Spark FM.
Said she wanna take me away. Said she wanna take me away. Said she wanna show me the way.
Join us on Facebook and Instagram at sparkfmonline.com.
Turn us up.
Spark FM.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce.
And if it don't, when it gone, when it's that, gone to the max, and the shake it to the max. Let it be the down to the max. Jumping in and shake it to the max. Shake it to the max. I want to go this only. Yeah, you gotta go like this.
Yeah.
See, this is why I want to go to an event so that I can hear that song. Last time I went to an event, it was playing as I was walking in, so I was a little upset because I didn't get to shake it to the max. There's so many remixes to that. Golly, you know, that's my song right there.
Just that one remix.
No, it's got like 70 remixes. I was listening to it on the Apple Music, and literally, like, there's like a 45 remixes to that one song. It's like, golly.
Have you seen Bad Man, she love.
Yeah, I did. So I had to go find out. I had to go research her during the whole Vibes Cartel thing in Trinidad. It's your head.
Wait,
okay.
Hold up.
Let's start there with entertainment.
Let's just start with Vibes Cartel.
Yes.
Now, the promoter said he paid Vibes Cartel $1 million US.
Well, $950,000 prior to him getting there already.
No, that's crazy.
Yes.
Who on earth pays $1 million for an artist? Like, let's be real. Who does?
Do you think that he could have made it back? That he would have made, the promoter would have made it back because it was Vibes Cartel?
He would have, because like the tickets were like 670 TT, which is like 100 US.
Oh, okay.
And then like the VIP tickets were like 2500 TT. So it's like, you know, he intended to make back the money.
Yeah.
But it failed because he would have had to steal at least 30,000 tickets.
Because that's how I felt. I felt like, you know, I felt like you're paying $1 million for Vibes Cartel. You have other really big name acts on that. So let's just say altogether, you probably end up paying $2 million for all of the artists. Mm-hmm. Plus to put on the actual show. So stage, lighting, marketing, all of that. How much money was he planning to make from that event?
I think he overpriced it.
Okay.
That's what happened. He overpriced it to basically make a big profit.
Yeah.
But didn't realize what's going to happen because karma, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, at this point, nobody showed up,
he's
right?
He's not a big promoter. That's the next thing.
Okay.
He's not. So you're trying to make a name for yourself, but you're in the wrong way. Because you overcharge patients, one, and two, you basically lied about the price that you paid Vibes Cartel. You basically lied about it.
Oh, well, that's terrible.
Like,
that is terrible.
They made money though. The way if they scaled it, from all the VIP to the bar, to,
he would have made money.
Options,
I'm like, and that L had to be, that L is catastrophic because when you plan to make money and you put on a show worth that much money and everything falls to shit, like, that's crazy.
And the thing is, there's a site called Island E-Tickets that basically, you basically buy all the tickets from that site, right? They refunded every single person that purchased off of
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they found it was real nonsense.
Yeah.
So they didn't want to take liability for that.
Yep.
So they refunded everyone who purchased via credit card.
Oh, good. That's good, because I thought that was another issue too, that, like everybody was thinking like, oh, we're not going to get our money back. As long as people got their money back, then that's something to promote and everybody got to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but going back to Shake It to the Max girl. What's her name? Molly. I had to go look her up because I was like, who is this girl? Because I was mad at her the most because she didn't even have an excuse to not show up. She just didn't show up and went to the beach instead. And yeah, she posted during the time that she was supposed to be there. She posted that instead of going, I'm supposed to be on stage, but instead I'm on like Maracas Beach eating shark and bake. Yeah, so it was very, very disrespectful. I think he's going after her in particular because there was no reason why she didn't actually show up.
Yeah.
And she was one of the headliners with her one song. Well, she got 2 songs, I think. So that's very.
Well, I think Shake It to the Max is just like the most popular one.
Yeah, it's gone super world viral. So that's where 80 million views is crazy.
She looked like she come from Japan.
Yeah. But yeah, so that is what happened there. Speaking of tours and music, Brandy and Monica are they have just announced their arena tour dates. It's called The Boy Is Mine. The Boy Is Mine tour, and including Mooney Long and who else did I just say? Somebody else I just said.
Mooney for?
What is it? It's Money?
Money Long.
Oh, Money.
It's Money.
It's Money, yeah.
Oh. It was Mooney.
It's spelled like that, but it's Money.
Oh, Money. Well, she should have spelled that sound like Trinidad Mooney. So that's why I call her that.
But that what you were saying, that tour is gonna be a place to make connections.
Yeah.
Fall in love.
It's gonna be very
Or some ghetto
romantical.
ratchet fights.
That boy is mine. They are not coming to Boston, however, so that's that. You guys can catch them, I think, in New York or Connecticut. They will be there, but they will not be coming to Boston on this first leg of the tour. Keeping it moving, Jeff Bezos famously neglected to sign a prenup in his first marriage, and that's why, what's your name is again?
Lauren Sanchez.
That's the new wife.
That's the new wife. The old wife, I can't remember her name.
I know her name because that's my girl. This time he is not making the same mistake, and he's worth so much more money, so he better not make that mistake. That would have been the first thing I did. I would have gave her an engagement ring and a prenup one time. Sign it on here before you take Mackenzie Scott. Yes, sign it here before I give you this ring, because I just want the record to reflect that it ain't gonna happen. When Jeff Bezos says I do for the second time, the real vows may be in his prenuptial agreement. With billions on the line and a famously public divorce behind him, the Amazon founder pending nuptials with former news anchor Lauren Sanchez are raising speculations about the legal fine print behind the mogul's highly anticipated wedding. Bezos, who is he's only the fourth richest man in the world and currently worth $223.7 billion, stands to lose a significant amount of his fortune without the proper legal protections around his second marriage fail. Bezos and Sanchez's 3-day Venetian wedding celebration kicks off on June 24th and is said to be costing the couple upwards of $10 million. The couple announced their engagement in 2023 with the ultimately delayed tying the knot due to the delays of the prenup. According to Hollywood Reporter, an insider said that the Bezos-Sanchez wedding was originally planned for the winter of 2024 in Aspen, but adjustments to the legal agreement pushed the date back, with Bezos' lawyer allegedly forbidding the billionaire from moving forward until the prenup was settled. Well, of course, Jeff Bezos. Of course. Bezos and Sanchez prenup comes after the Amazon founders divorced in 2019 with Mackenzie Scott, in which no such agreement existed. Scott walked away with more than $38 billion in Amazon shares, making the split one of the costliest separations in history. The divorce included explosive cheating allegations that accused Bezos of having an affair with now fiancé Sanchez. The pair's 25-year marriage long petted Bezos' financial success. Indeed, Scott worked as the first Amazon employee and witnessed Bezos usher Amazon into iconic position. She also has 4 children with Bezos. I didn't know they had 4 children. Oh, she's set. Mackenzie, you got that. That's the way to do it. Bezos' decision to protect his assets the second time around isn't shocking to high-profile divorce attorney Robert Cohen and Cohen chair Lanes Grafer and Sampson, who has handled the divorce of Melinda French Gates and Michael Bloomberg. They're likely been through a nightmare before, which is litigation over their prior divorce and how much you're giving the other side of getting, and they don't want to do that. Sanchez shouldn't necessarily get anything, I don't believe. She came in when this man was well one of the richest men in the whole world. That prenup should have said, you come with what you get what you came with. That's it. If you want to have some children, or if we want to have an asset, you can have one of the houses, and you can have the 4th dog or something like that. But no, you're not getting no money from me. Not doing it. Can't afford it.
Is it rude to have that conversation? Is that a tough conversation to have?
I think it is. I think it's a very tough conversation depending on where you come in the relationship. I think in this situation, it should have probably been like, what's the word? Standard. You know that you're about to marry the richest man in the world. You know that the prenup is coming. I don't think there's enough love in the world for me to not do a prenup when I'm the 4th richest man in the world. No, girl. No, honey. I think for regular relationships, it's got to be hard, because it's like, are you planning on divorcing me? I thought we were marrying for love.
Oh, I think it's 2025. We don't do that anymore.
We don't do that anymore?
Nope.
We don't marry for love
anymore. We don't do that.
It's a business.
We marry for money.
Everybody gets a prenup. I don't care if I got $13 to my name. It's a prenup. You get what you came with. I leave with what I came with. Unless it's one of those situations we've been in the gym shooting with each other for 20 years and stuff like that. You know, I should get some things in a little... And if I got kids, then they should get all of it. But, whatever.
Snyder said that when Bill Gates got married, his prenup allowed him to continue seeing his ex-girlfriend.
I heard that.
Very nice.
That's crazy.
And then Zion Land said Mackenzie Scott did help him build.
Yeah, she legit was one of his first, his first actual employee. Like, she was in the garage with him, and she gave up her life to travel across the world to help him negotiate shit. So, she got that. She got that. That's not just him. So in this case, Lauren, I don't think Lauren should get anything. You were a news anchor, not saying you didn't make a little money, but yeah, you can maybe at the end of this marriage, if it does end, I'll give you a cool maybe 10 mil. And then you got to figure it out yourself.
I'll take that.
I'll take that. I'll take it. He can marry me, right, too, for $10 million. And he don't ever got to put up with me. I won't say nothing. I'll shut up. I will shut up. Keeping it moving, Jaden Smith's drug habit exposed after dad Will Smith admits making very terrible parenting mistake. He was probably one of them parents. Well, let me ask you guys first. Let me read it first, because then I have the actual question. Jaden Smith's latest outing has sparked concern about drug use. The 26-year-old Nepo baby was recently spotted with drug paraphernalia just days after his father, Will Smith, spoke about his biggest parenting regret. The Men in Black actor admitted radical honesty with Jaden, and his sister, Willow Smith, backfired on him and his wife, Jada Pinkett Smith. Over the weekend, Jaden was seen hanging with friends at a public park in Paris around 3 a.m. while surrounded by drug paraphernalia. The pair sat on a bench, staring off into the distance. The Karate Kid actor held a lighter while a blue water bong was placed next to him. However, he was not seen using the bong in the image taken by the Daily Mail. Jaden donned a bright yellow coat over a white t-shirt paired with baggy shirts. I don't care. What was he doing? Fentanyl, cocaine, crack, or heroin? I don't know. The image was posted on Instagram by their grandmother, Adrienne Banfield Norris. The Red Table Talk co-host was photographed smoking cannabis with funk legend George Clinton. Willow and the music icon hung out on the balcony. Are they talking about drugs?
So
are they talking about weed?
They don't know what they're talking about.
And is it weed? Is it just regular weed? They said cannabis. They didn't say a mention of any other drug here.
But it's weird because it's like, if you don't have any evidence of it, any video evidence, why is this new?
Speculation.
Yeah.
Speculation.
See,
and it's cannabis, so that's
and
like
cannabis.
the most basic thing ever.
Yeah, that's like taking Tylenol at this point. Like, and they said, wow, grandmas are different because mine would never. Yours would never smoke weed in front of you, maybe, but grandma was probably puffing it down in the bathroom when y'all pissed her off.
Or probably back in the day.
Exactly. Will says, we made a very, very, very terrible mistake with our children, and we went with radical honesty, but don't do it. I'm not advocating for it, Will Smith said, appearing on Heart Breakfast with Jamie and Amanda. The Academy winner explained how it played out, saying, we made a deal with the really young, from really young with our kids. The deal was, if you tell the truth, you won't get in trouble. Unfortunately, the method didn't yield the desired results. Recalling how his children took advantage, Will told the podcast. I mean, yeah, I think it goes down to my question. You can say that because you want your children to tell the truth, but if they did something really asinine, then you do have to reprimand them and or discipline them in some type of way so that they know that just because you told the truth doesn't mean it's okay. But I also think that this falls in the category of parents that say things like, I want them to do it here because I don't want them to do it elsewhere. So you can smoke weed in the house. You can have sex in the house. You can do drugs in the house. You can bring your little girlfriends or boyfriends to the house because I would rather you do it here than out there. I feel like that's bad advice too.
No, it is.
No,
that is.
But there's a balance to me. But,
like what?
I mean, if you want your children to feel comfortable and you want them
safe.
to safe. You don't want them going out and doing everything behind your back because that's going to snowball into a bigger thing down the line if it's not addressed.
But I do believe, like what you said, a balance though. Like there's certain things that maybe you can do. Like you can bring a girl to the house with your door open so that you guys won't be doing anything, because what I don't want to do is encourage the behavior that I don't want you to do in here or out there. So I'm not going to be like, and I think that's weird too. Like your daughter and your son, your 14 and 15-year-old, your 15-year-old brings his little girlfriend home from school. You cooking in the kitchen while they over there banging? No, not in my house, sir. No, ma'am, you cannot do that here.
For me, because because of morals and values, I think that if you like this girl, like this one particular girl, you can bring her home.
Yeah.
But you can't bring all your your different
your hoes.
You can't bring your hoes. You can't bring these people there. You just can't. Even like a girl, if you like the guy, you can bring the guy home. But if you wanna go do your stuff outside, you do your stuff outside.
Yeah.
But let's come back home.
And then with the drugs thing too, like I don't want you doing a line on my coffee table. Although I would rather you here just in case you pass out or anything.
You should smoke. That's it.
You can smoke outside with your friends while I'm
in the
on
back.
the grill in the back, But you cannot do it like
in the house.
Yeah, you can't do a line of crack on the table because I would rather you do it. You got to sneak that one out. You got to sneak that one in somebody else's house.
Because even home, like when mommy listening, right? So she knows about us anyway. Like I don't bring anybody home because I respect her that much. So I don't bring anybody home. I don't bring this one, that one, the other one home. It's like, okay, if I really like you, then okay, you meet my mother. But like most of the times you will not meet my mom.
Yeah.
And even if I have to smoke at home as well, I do it in my room because I live upstairs and she lives downstairs. So I do it in my room, or I would just go into the back, like by the bush side, and then smoke it and come back.
Just out of respect. Like even if you want to stay close to home, I think that you should still make sure that they respect you enough to not necessarily bust it down right in front of you.
Yep.
Like there's some discretion that you should take.
Well, I tried to have discretion for the longest time, but my mother, one little itty bitty person that she is, seems like she just take over the whole thing. She just pop up everywhere.
Everywhere I go, this way you go, what?
I guess it is what it is.
Boy. So, Well, in this case right here, you know, he said that he was radically honest. I believe honesty is a good thing that you should be able to teach your children. You just gotta make sure that you instill some type of disciplinary action for bad behavior
and trust too.
Yeah.
You must have boundaries as well.
Yes, boundaries. Absolutely. Victoria Monet bonds with her daughter at the Kids' Choice Award. Joshua Jackson. Oh, that was yesterday? Oh, good. The Kids' Choice Awards was apparently yesterday. Stars have been everywhere this week in Santa Monica. Victoria Monet brings her daughter to the orange carpet of the Kids' Choice Awards with Dawson's Creek alumni Joshua Jackson and Busy Phillips reunite on the MPTF Next Generation Annual Summer Party fundraiser. Beyonce performs her second sold-out show in Paris as Joe Alwyn hits Milan Fashion Week. So there was a lot of celebrity sightings and things going on this week, including the Kids' Choice Awards. Everybody was out with their cheering, huh?
I thought that was Nickelodeon or something. That's what comes on.
Me too. That's what I thought too. I didn't know they even still do this. Is there any more kid stars? Everybody's all old and crazy. What is this? All this is all the different things that have been going on over the weekend. This is all white people. So I don't know none of these people. White people are fine.
Before we move on, Danny, what do you think? Well, I honestly, Blue is like what, 13?
13, yeah.
But she looks like 16, 17.
She does look old. I was watching a compilation video of her just this morning. She does look like a grown little lady.
She got her father's face.
Yeah.
No.
Tristan.
You know, Jay-Z never really looked young. He always had old.
She has like the bottom half of his face, but she looks like Beyonce.
Yeah, she embodies Beyonce. But I think maybe because she's so tall and just so poised, she appears a lot more mature than her age. And I was watching her dancing, like she really do, like she's a ripe teenager, like she's 16, 17 years. Look at her.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is as well too, I like how Beyonce dress her. Like she don't dress her in any skimpy outfits or anything like that. She keeps her conservative.
Yes.
So I love that. The dancers, they can be skimpy, but she is conservative.
Good.
So I
like that because you know people will be the first. Look at her there. Look at Blue. Look at Blue. And she's come a long ways from her first performance as well, when she was just all stiff. Look at her, just loose now. Yes, Blue. I need that bodysuit. That looks cute. The Beyonce one. I'm Beyonce.
I ain't mad at them. Do that.
Yeah,
I
like
love the
them.
Carters.
Yeah, me too. They doing a good job with them children. I don't care what nobody say. People have the right to be outraged. Charlemagne on Diddy, Trump, and cancel culture. What's Charlemagne saying?
What them say?
Suppose your idea of radio personality, Charlemagne the God, comes from clips of the veteran host's most absurd moments on his show. The Breakfast Club, like he asked Magic Johnson in his first thought about receiving his HIV diagnosis, or when during a segment from rapper and actor Safari, he blurted out, "Nah, this ain't it," in response to artist freestyling. You might expect real life Charlemagne, born Leonard Larry McKelvey in Charleston, South Carolina, to mirror the unfiltered provocateur. Listeners, blah, 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 blah. What is this about?
Long article.
Exactly. Like, what are we talking about?
Well, it's a deep dive that's on Charlemagne on Rolling Stone.
Oh,
it's his article, right?
Is it? Yeah. I'm not gonna get into that because that's long as hell. Golly. Wow, it's like it's a small book. Charlemagne and I'm just the other day he said Charlemagne says Dems sound like hypocrites for demanding congressional approval for strikes. That whole situation is very, very crazy, and we still have to deep dive into that a little bit later on about the politics around wars and strikes and stuff like that. I don't care who did it before. If we had a problem with it before, we should have a problem with it now, and that's the bottom line. Sean Diddy Combs won't testify at his bombshell trial as defense makes shocking decision to not call any witnesses.
Oh my God.
Listen, this is crazy. Sean Diddy Combs won't be testifying at his bombshell Manhattan trial. His lead attorney signaled on Monday, revealing the disgraced mogul's legal team isn't planning on calling a single witness in his defense. Defense lawyer Mark Agnifo told the judge that Combs' attorney would instead present jurors at the federal sex trafficking trial with an array of evidence that prosecutors have already signed off on. The shocking decision is an about-face from the Bad Boy Records founders' purported plan as of last week to call at least 3 witnesses, 2 Combs Enterprise employees, and a psychological expert. The lawyer announcement also indicated that the I'll Be Missing You rapper will not take the witness stand to testify in his own defense like he did in the 2001 shooting trial that saw him acquitted. The burden to prove Combs' guilt is fully on prosecutors and not on the hip-hop mogul, so the jury isn't allowed to hold it against him if he doesn't testify or call witnesses. The judge is sure to instruct jurors of this rule before the panel starts deliberating, which could happen as soon as the end of the week. Over the next 6 weeks, prosecutors have called for more than 30 witnesses, including 3 women who claimed they were variously beaten, sexually assaulted, and coerced into freak-offs, hotel nights, or parties.
Telling the judge it plans to rest without calling any witnesses on its side. The announcement putting to rest any speculation Combs would take the stand in his own defense. ABC's Rena Roy with the very latest from Lower Manhattan. Rena.
Yeah, David, right now jurors are hearing from the prosecution's final witness, a Homeland Security agent. And during this testimony today, the jury has seemed tired. They seem a little checked out, tuned out. They haven't shown any facial expressions, even as they watch more long videos of those drug-fueled sex marathons. The footage today showed Sean Combs with his ex-girlfriend known as Jane and a male escort named Cabral. The jury has also seen travel records, hotel invoices, and money transfers during his testimony. Prosecutors are hoping the evidence will help convince the jury Combs and his associates trafficked Jane to fulfill his sexual desires. And the prosecution, as you said, is expected to rest when this agent's testimony is over. Meanwhile, the defense initially said their case would take about 2 to 5 days. Several potential witnesses were expected to take the stand, but now they are saying they won't call any, signaling that Combs himself will not testify in his own defense and that the jury could get the case later this week. David?
Thank you, Rena. Rena Roy reporting for us live from the Sean Combs.
What do you guys think? You guys think that he should take the case? Take the stand? I don't think so either. I think it's also a very good idea that they don't call any witnesses because the prosecution's going to tear up whoever they bring on to pieces. I think that he is accepting defeat, perhaps.
Yeah.
I think he needs to. He needs to, you know what you did. Just save the time for it now.
Yeah. How long do you guys think he's going to get?
5 years.
Yeah, 5 to 10 years.
5 to 10 years.
5 to 10 years. But his demeanor in the court's been very kind of he seems very evil.
Yeah, right.
His demeanor, everything about him just seems just wicked, and so
he still feels like he's above the law. I believe, his ego probably won't let him understand how crazy this is.
Yeah, he's been spoiled for a long time. Remember, they call him Puff. You know why they call him Puff?
Why?
He got that nickname when he was younger. When he got mad, he used to.
Oh,
Puff and Puff.
Oh, really? Oh, well, I think we have seen a lot of Diddy's, demeanor throughout his career, throughout everything that he's done. So this is going to be very interesting what this verdict ends up being.
So, Danny, someone said they should lock him in a cell and have his victims victimize him.
That's how I feel, but he probably would like it because he's a freak.
Yeah.
The fact that this man was still doing all of this foolishness even after he got invaded and raided and these cases were going on is crazy to me. He never thought that this was gonna hit him. He never thought that it was gonna go this far.
Untouchable.
Yeah.
What you say yesterday? It was the God complex.
Yes, the God complex. Because I think he's still settling that. Even if he goes to jail, there are many things could be right. I believe that at first these women really liked it. 50 Cent's girl is probably gonna still be with him and still communicate and support him throughout this thing.
I think even though that they think it was wrong, they still liked it.
They
liked it.
They appreciated what they got from it, because even some of their testimonies, bad was bad, but when good was good, good was good. So I think those things were able to help them get through the bad things. I still don't think that it's right for you, even if a woman said, hey, I want you to punch me in my face every single day, just to save yourself, perhaps you shouldn't do it.
Yep.
You know, you should take a different course of action. Maybe, I don't know, but maybe you shouldn't do those kind of things. Maybe you shouldn't kick people in the face and try to threaten them with a cast iron skillet. Those are the types of things that get a little bit extreme. Yes. But anyhow, people, that is the show for today. That's what we got for you guys today. We will keep you posted on all of the things that we talked about today, especially this non-ceasefire 12-day war that just occurred and didn't occur at the same time. Nothing's going to happen to Trump for dropping the F-bomb. I think it's going to become more normal. He might just start doing it more often because that's what he does. You don't reprimand. Same thing. You don't discipline nobody. They're going to continue to do it and keep on pressing the line. And we'll see how much lines are pressed in the next 3 years.
We'll see.
Good luck.
Before
any last
we go,
minutes? Yeah.
Before we go, I just want to say thank you to all who is locked in. My friends from Trinidad, Melanie, Crystal, Mark. I want to say thank you guys. My mom, thank you for, locking in. Seeing me on the radio again. Yes.
Morning, mom.
But I want to say, it's nice. Thank you for having me. I'll be here for the rest of the week. And, I look forward to having a grand time with you guys.
We'll look forward to it, too. We're going to have a good time.
Yep, we will.
With that said, people, we are going to sign off for today. Rockstone, Triz, Hot Sauce, and Richard. Tony will be back tomorrow, too, so we'll have a full show lineup. And I believe we got some special guests coming in later this week. Keep it locked right here. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. We'll see you guys later. Bye.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Wake up! Wake up, wake up, wake up! Up you wake, up you wake, up you wake, up you wake! This is Mr. Senior Love Daddy, your voice of choice. The world's only 12-hour strong man on the air. Here on We Love Radio, 108 FM.
You are now listening to Spark FM.
Moonbox Productions is thrilled to present the Boston New Works Festival, taking place June 26th to June 29th at the Calderwood Pavilion and the Boston Center for the Arts. The Boston New Works Festival is a weekend-long festival of celebrating new original plays by local playwrights. 7 original plays, 5 different stages, and 1 wild weekend. Tickets are $25 per show. Pay what you wish. Tickets are available at the box office. Get your tickets now at BostonTheaterScene.com. That's June 26th to June 29th. The Boston New Works Festival.